gosh! Mormon men out there, you understand really quickly what swingers are. Like straight up Mormon culture.
Wow.
Like,
Explosive sister wives tell all, Kody's scandal, Paedon's warning and the family's collapse. It begins not with peace, but with silence. A silence so heavy, so unbearable, that even the cameras, rolling as always, seem to capture the weight of a family on the edge of collapse. For years, fans of Sister Wives have wondered what would happen when the truth finally broke free. Would the family rally together in unity? Would Kody Brown, the man who once proudly called himself the father of 18, finally face accountability? Or would the carefully built facade of love, loyalty, and polygamous harmony crumble under the crushing force of betrayal, loss, and raw confession? This tell-all special has become the answer. And it is not the ending anyone imagined. Kody Brown's shocking confession. The moment comes unexpectedly. Kody Brown, seated under the harsh studio lights, his hair disheveled, his voice wavering between bravado and brokenness, begins to speak about love, about his love life, about his truth. And then, with the cameras rolling, he admits what the wives and the children have always suspected but never heard so plainly. I fell in love like a lightning bolt, he says. He isn't talking about Meri. Not Janelle. Not Christine. It was always Robyn. From the beginning. From that first meeting. The words hit like a blade to the chest. Christine's face hardens. Janelle exhales sharply. Even Meri, long accustomed to silence, cannot fully mask the flicker of pain in her eyes. And in that moment, every fan who had ever defended him, every viewer who wondered if the favoritism was just editing, they finally have their answer. Kody himself admits it. His marriages to the other women were shadows, placeholders. Robyn was always the real wife. And when he tells the story of taking Robyn back to church, not out of faith, but as a way to claim her, to mark her as spoken for, it confirms what the others have long whispered. Kody's obsession with Robyn was never about love in the plural sense. It was about possession. About control. About having her, and ensuring no one else ever could. For Meri, Janelle, and Christine, this confession is not closure. It is salt poured into wounds that never healed. Paedon Brown's chilling warning. But if Kody's confession is a spark, then what follows is a wildfire. Christine's son, Paedon Brown, steps forward. His voice is steady, but there's a heaviness behind it, a grief that fans instantly recognize. Because Paedon carries the weight of something no one in the family has truly recovered from, the loss of his brother, Garrison. Paedon doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't lash out. But his words land like thunder. This family, we can't keep pretending. We can't act like everything is fine. Because it's not. We are broken. And if we don't face that truth, more damage will come. The air shifts. Even Kody, who so often dominates conversations with his booming voice, is silent. The warning is not about gossip. Not about land. Not about jealousy. It's about survival. Emotional survival. Psychological survival. Paedon is calling out the truth no one wants to admit. The family is fractured beyond recognition, and the children, the ones left to pick up the pieces, are paying the price. And as he speaks, the ghost of Garrison lingers. His absence is felt in every word. His death is a wound that still bleeds, a reminder of what happens when silence, control, and neglect go unchecked. Fans watching are shaken. Some cry. Others rage. But all of them understand one thing: Paedon's words are not just a statement. They are a prophecy. The wives finally speak their truths one by one. The women who once built their lives around Kody Brown take their seats. And one by one, they begin to unravel the web of deception that has held them captive for decades. Christine speaks first, her voice clear but filled with the echoes of years spent in pain. She recounts the emotional neglect, the endless sacrifices, the constant bending of herself to fit into Kody's vision of family. She admits she was ashamed at how much of her life revolved around his moods, his desires, his needs. But she also admits something else: she is finally free. Janelle, the practical one, the steady one, surprises everyone with her fire. She speaks not just of her own heartbreak, but of her children's. She recalls the pandemic years, when Kody abandoned their sons for refusing his suffocating rules. She remembers Garrison and Gabriel, cut off from their father, forced to choose between loyalty to a parent and their own independence. Her words are sharp, and they cut deep. You weren't there when they needed you most. And then Meri, the wife who stayed the longest. The one who endured the coldest rejection. The one who still clung to hope long after it had died. Her confession is heartbreaking. She admits she stayed because she believed in the dream, because she didn't want to be the one to break it. But now, she realizes the dream was already shattered. And finally, Robyn. The woman at the center of it all. The one fans have loved to hate, and the one Kody has loved above all others. Her confession stuns the audience. I never really wanted to be married to Kody, at least, not legally. The admission sends shockwaves through the room. If Robyn herself doubted the marriage, then what was it all for? Was this the great love Kody sacrificed everything for? Or was it another illusion in a long line of deceptions? Fallout of the explosive tell-all. The studio lights dim slightly, but the weight of what has just been spoken lingers like smoke after a fire. The audience is silent, some holding their breath, others wiping away tears they never expected to shed for a reality show that suddenly feels more like a tragedy unfolding in real time. And at the center of it all sits Kody Brown. The patriarch. The man who once stood tall as the face of plural marriage. Now, he looks smaller, shoulders slumped, eyes darting, lips pressed into a thin line as if he himself cannot believe the words that left his own mouth. The silence after confession. It is Christine who breaks the silence first. Her eyes, fierce and unyielding, cut straight through Kody. You admitted it, Kody, she says, her voice trembling but powerful. After all these years of gaslighting us, of making us feel crazy for noticing, you finally said it out loud. It was always Robyn. It was never us. The words are daggers. Each syllable slices through decades of denial. Janelle shifts forward in her seat, her face red, her jaw tight. Do you have any idea what that did to our children? To mine? They saw it. They lived it. And you still pretended it wasn't true. Do you know what it's like for your kids to look at you and know they don't matter? Meri, always the quiet one, finally exhales. Her voice cracks as she speaks. All those nights I begged for scraps of your time, all the years I stayed when you wouldn't even look at me, was it just me clinging to nothing? Because if it was always her, then what was I? What was I to you? The studio is no longer a set. It's a courtroom, a confessional, a battlefield. And Kody, the once proud patriarch, is cornered. Kody's defense turns into collapse. Kody's face contorts as he tries to defend himself. I never said I didn't love you, he insists, his voice rising. I loved all of you. I gave everything I could. But, yes, with Robyn, it was different. It is different. She was my soulmate. The word echoes. Soulmate. The one word the wives always knew, deep down, but never wanted confirmed. Christine leans back, a bitter laugh escaping her lips. So we were what? Obligations? Duty? Placeholders until you found your soulmate? The audience gasps. Janelle shakes her head, eyes brimming with tears she refuses to let fall. Meri closes her eyes as though the truth is too heavy to bear. And Kody, so often fiery, so often defiant, begins to crumble. His voice cracks. He admits something he's never said on camera, plural marriage broke me. It broke all of us. I thought I could love equally. I thought I could handle it. But it's been nothing but pain. The words hang in the air. For once, even Robyn looks stunned. Paedon's words echo louder, but then, Paedon's earlier warning reverberates like thunder. His voice, steady and filled with grief, rings in the minds of everyone present. We can't keep pretending. We can't act like everything is fine. Because it's not. We are broken. Paedon had not spoken to attack his father. He had spoken to save what was left. But his warning feels like prophecy now, because in real time, the Brown family is unraveling before millions of viewers. And behind Paedon's words lies a shadow that no one can ignore, the ghost of Garrison. His absence is the unspoken wound at the center of this family's collapse. Every tear, every confession, every raised voice seems to circle back to him, what was lost, what was ignored, what can never be undone. Robyn's shocking admission as the conversation spirals, all eyes turn to Robyn. For years, she has been the quiet storm, the wife accused of manipulation, favoritism, and tearing the family apart. Fans expected her to deny, to deflect, to play the victim. But instead, her voice breaks as she confesses, I never wanted to be married legally. I never wanted it like this. I thought I was coming into a family, not destroying one. And now, I don't even know if I should have been here at all. The room falls silent. It is perhaps the most honest thing Robyn has ever said in the presence of the other wives. But honesty does not heal wounds, it deepens them. Christine's jaw tightens. Janelle looks away. Meri lets out a small, bitter laugh. So you didn't want it? Meri whispers. Then why did you fight for it every step of the way? Why did you take everything from us if you didn't even want it? Robyn can only shake her head, tears spilling freely. The wives reclaim their voices. What follows is not scripted. It is not rehearsed. It is raw, unfiltered pain. Christine speaks of the years she lost, of the way she molded her life to fit Kody's needs while ignoring her own. She admits she feels shame, not for leaving, but for staying as long as she did. Janelle, always the steady one, allows her fury to erupt. She lays bare the betrayal her children endured, the way Kody chose Robyn's kids over theirs, the way he walked away when they needed him most. Her voice shakes as she names their sons, Logan, Maddie, Hunter, Gabriel, Garrison, Savannah, each name a reminder of the family Kody abandoned. Meri speaks last. Her words are quiet, but they strike like lightning. I wasted my life loving a man who never loved me back. And the hardest part is realizing that I let him. The audience gasps. Even the host looks shaken. And Kody weeps. For once, he has no rebuttal. No excuse. No sermon about obedience or loyalty. Only silence and tears. Fan reactions ignite. The clip is released online ahead of the tell-all premiere, and within hours, social media is ablaze. Reddit threads swell with thousands of comments. Some fans rage at Kody's audacity, others grieve for Meri, Janelle, and Christine. Many praise Paedon for his courage, calling him the voice of truth the family desperately needed. On Twitter, hashtags trend worldwide, hashtag sisterwivestellall, hashtag Kody exposed, hashtag Paedon speaks truth. One fan writes, I defended Kody for years. No more. He admitted it himself, Robyn was always the only wife. The others wasted decades of their lives on a man who never chose them. Another posts, Paedon is carrying the weight of Garrison's ghost. The aftermath and shocking twists. The tell-all ends, but the fallout has only begun. The studio empties, but the echoes of that night linger in every corner of the Brown family's fractured world. Fans think they've heard it all. They think the worst has been spoken. But behind closed doors, another storm brews, one that threatens to take what little remains of the Brown legacy and burn it to ash. The public turns. The clips go viral overnight. Within 24 hours, millions have watched Kody's confession. News outlets pick it up. Commentators who once dismissed sister wives as guilty pleasure television now dissect it as a case study in narcissism, favoritism, and religious manipulation. The hashtags trend for days. Hashtag Kody confesses, hashtag broken Brown family, hashtag sister wives scandal. Sponsors pull away from Kody and Robyn. TLC executives scramble in emergency meetings. And the fans, once divided, now unite in outrage. The message is clear. We no longer believe in Kody. We no longer sympathize with Robyn. The future belongs to the women who broke free. Christine's triumph. Christine steps into this moment with radiant clarity. Her marriage to David Woolley becomes the shining contrast to the wreckage of her past. She shares photos of simple joys, family dinners, road trips, laughter in the kitchen. But here's the twist: Christine decides to write a book. And unlike her earlier memoir, this one pulls no punches. Early excerpts leak online, revealing details even the tell-all didn't dare to touch. She writes about the night she nearly left Kody years earlier, but Robyn convinced him to hold her back for the children's sake. She writes about secret meetings where Kody and Robyn planned financial moves without consulting the others. The book explodes into bestseller lists before it even launches, cementing Christine as not only a survivor, but the truth-teller of the Brown story. Janelle's reckoning. Meanwhile, Janelle fights her own battles. She is still grieving Garrison. She is still protecting Gabriel, who continues to struggle with anger and abandonment. And she is still clawing her way out of financial ruins after years of investing in Coyote Pass. But then comes the twist: Janelle sues Kody and Robyn. Not for custody. Not for divorce. But for financial mismanagement. It emerges that during their marriage, Robyn and Kody siphoned funds meant for the family into secret accounts. Records show that money from the sister wives' business ventures, and even some of Janelle's contributions, were funneled into Robyn's online boutique, My Sister Wife's Closet, which never returned a profit. Janelle's lawsuit ignites like wildfire across social media. Fans rally to her side. Donations pour in. The court case becomes the most public and humiliating battle Kody has ever faced. And through it all, Janelle stands unshaken, her children behind her. Meri's awakening. Then comes Meri. The wife who spent decades silent, diminished, starved of love. The one fans pitied most. But now, Meri stuns the public with her own revelation. She admits that while she remained loyal to Kody, she discovered secret conversations between Kody and Robyn about selling portions of Coyote Pass, without telling her. Even more shocking, one of those conversations included the suggestion that Meri could be bought out with a lump sum, essentially paid off to disappear quietly. The betrayal cuts deeper than any affair. For years, Meri thought she was invisible. Now she learns she wasn't invisible, she was disposable. This revelation pushes Meri into a new kind of power. She aligns herself with Christine and Janelle, refusing to stay in Kody's shadow any longer. Fans who once called her weak now hail her as a phoenix finally rising. Paedon's dark warning fulfilled, but perhaps the most chilling twist comes from Paedon. Weeks after the tell-all, he makes another public statement during a podcast interview. He warns that his father's spiral is only beginning. That Kody has isolated himself not just emotionally, but financially and spiritually. Paedon claims Kody has been speaking to radical advisors, urging him to rebuild a new form of polygamous community, with Robyn as the matriarchal figure. The idea horrifies fans. It sounds cult-like, dangerous, and desperate. And then the truth emerges: Kody has indeed been reaching out to fringe religious leaders, seeking guidance. He speaks openly about starting over with younger, more obedient wives. The revelation sends shockwaves through the fanbase. What was once seen as the collapse of a marriage is now viewed as something darker, a man so broken by his own ego that he seeks to replicate the very system that destroyed his first family. Robyn's breaking point. Robyn, too, unravels in unexpected ways. Once the favorite, once untouchable, she now finds herself ostracized. Her children, once shielded by Kody's favoritism, face backlash at school and online. Then, in a raw live stream that shocks even her supporters, Robyn breaks down in tears. She admits, "I thought Kody loved me. I thought I was special. But now I see, I was just his excuse. His shield. His obsession. And I don't know who I am without that." For the first time, Robyn portrays herself not as the manipulator, but as the manipulated. But is it too late? Fans are divided. Some pity her. Others call it another performance. The twist, however, comes later, when Robyn files her own divorce papers. Not out of courage, but out of desperation. She cites emotional abandonment and financial instability, turning the tables on the man who once built his world around her. The children speak while the adults wage their battles. The most powerful voices emerge from the next generation. Gwendolyn releases a YouTube video dissecting the tell-all. She reveals conversations where Kody told her siblings, "You'll understand when you're older why I chose Robyn." She laughs bitterly on camera, "No, Dad. We understand now. You chose her over us." Logan, the eldest son, breaks years of silence with a rare statement, "My siblings deserved better. My mothers deserved better. I will not carry my father's legacy, I will carry my family's healing instead." And then comes the most shocking twist. Aurora and Brianna, Robyn's daughters, begin to turn against her. They appear in a leaked video, voicing resentment for being forced into the public eye and used as pawns in Kody and Robyn's narrative. The betrayal devastates Robyn. The family tree, once rooted in secrecy and loyalty, now devours itself from within. Kody alone, the final image that emerges in the months following the tell-all, is haunting. Kody Brown, once the self-declared king of a plural kingdom, sits alone in a rented cabin on the outskirts of Flagstaff. The land is gone. The wives are gone. The children, most of them, want nothing to do with him. His only companion is silence. The camera phones that once adored him now mock him through memes and viral clips. He wanted to build a legacy. Instead, he built a cautionary tale. And as the world watches, the question remains, is this truly the end of the Brown story, or just the beginning of something even darker? Final words, the family's reckoning. The twists have reshaped everything. Christine's best-selling book. Janelle's lawsuit. Meri's betrayal revealed. Robyn's downfall. Paedon's chilling prophecy fulfilled. The children's voices rising above the noise. The Brown family no longer exists as fans once knew it. What remains is a battlefield of truth and lies, healing and heartbreak, endings and new beginnings. And yet, in the rubble, the women shine. The reckoning and the final collapse. The tell-all was supposed to be the final word. Instead, it was only the spark. In the months that follow, the Brown family's private war spills into the public arena, through courts, headlines, and leaked recordings that shake even the most loyal fans to their core. The courtroom twist. The lawsuit Janelle filed against Kody and Robyn explodes into a full trial. Documents surface showing years of financial manipulation. Bank transfers. Secret accounts. Even evidence that Robyn's boutique had been deliberately listed as a family business so that the wives' money could legally funnel into it. But the twist comes when the children are subpoenaed. For the first time, Logan, Maddie, Hunter, Gabriel, and even Aurora are called to testify. And what they reveal is devastating. Gabriel testifies through tears that his father stopped being a dad the moment Robyn entered the family. Maddie recalls begging Kody to attend her graduation, only to be told he had other priorities. Aurora shocks the courtroom by admitting Robyn pressured her to defend Dad publicly even when she didn't want to. The case becomes more than financial. It becomes a trial of Kody's fatherhood, his faith, and his legacy. The media circus. The trial is televised. Cameras swarm outside the courthouse. Every testimony becomes viral fodder. Daytime talk shows dissect the Browns like Shakespearean tragedy. Psychologists are invited on air to analyze Kody's behavior, diagnosing patterns of narcissism, control, and religious manipulation. The narrative shifts. Sister Wives is no longer a reality show, it's a cautionary tale. And in a stunning twist, TLC announces they are rebranding the series. The spin-off? Breaking Free, The Wives' Story. The focus? Christine, Janelle, Meri, and the children finding healing, telling the truth, and building new lives. Kody and Robyn are left out entirely. Meri's bombshell. But the real shocker comes from Meri. For years, she played the loyal wife, even in silence. Now, she steps onto the witness stand and delivers the testimony that silences the courtroom. She reveals that Kody once approached her privately with a shocking proposition: "If you really love me, you'll help me convince Christine and Janelle to hand over their shares of Coyote Pass to me and Robyn. That way, I can protect our future." Her voice shakes as she admits, "That was the moment I realized I wasn't his wife. I was his tool." The audience gasps. Even the judge pauses. It is the betrayal within betrayal. Robyn turns as pressure mounts. Robyn begins to fracture. Under oath, she tries to defend Kody, but cracks quickly appear. When asked if she knew about the secret accounts, she bursts into tears and admits, "Kody told me it was the only way to keep the family together. I didn't question it. I just did what he asked." The admission is a nuclear bomb. For the first time, Robyn publicly positions herself not as the mastermind, but as another victim of Kody's manipulation. But the twist? Later that night, a hot mic recording leaks. Robyn caught whispering to her lawyer, "If I go down, he's going down with me." The clip spreads like wildfire. Fans call it the final mask drop. The children's revenge. Meanwhile, the older Brown children unite in ways no one expected. Gwendolyn starts a podcast dissecting her father's narcissism. Hunter releases a blog detailing how favoritism scarred the siblings' relationships. And then comes the ultimate twist. Logan leads the siblings in filing a joint civil suit against Kody, claiming emotional and financial damages. For the first time, the children who once played quietly in the background of TLC's cameras now take center stage, demanding justice. Kody's final spiral. All of this drives Kody deeper into isolation. He is seen pacing outside the courthouse, ranting to paparazzi about betrayal and a coordinated attack against him. But behind closed doors, it gets darker. Leaked text messages show him reaching out to fundamentalist leaders, offering to start a new obedient family community. He writes of needing younger, pure wives who won't defy him like the old ones did. The revelation horrifies fans. It is no longer just about favoritism.